almonds. Sugar coated almonds. Yeah. Hey, how's it going, and welcome to Whisky Whims with me, Stuart. Today we've got an Annandale 6-year-old from the Whisky Barrel. The Whisky Barrel are an online retailer, not my preferred retailer. They tend to overprice things, and they've been known to hold back some Springbank allocations to gain more money from that. They've hiked some of the prices on their releases. So why did I buy this? Well, a friend reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to split a bottle, and I decided yeah. Not had much Annandale. It was £42, so £21 each. It's a single cask from a first fill Oloroso sherry butt. Like I said, 6-year-old, bottled at 59.7% ABV, natural colour, unchilled filtered, and there's 279 bottles. There is a QR code on the front there. I'm not sure what that takes you to. I've not actually scanned it. I can't really be bothered with QR codes and things like that. I think they're just so gimmicky, and yeah, it's not something I subscribe to. Annandale itself, Lowland distillery, just on the border between Scotland and England. They release peated and unpeated whisky. A relatively new distillery, probably about 7-year-old, 6-year-old. This is 6-year-old age statement. So they're probably just around about there. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can say about Annandale. I don't know too much. I know that they've got a lot of product, a lot of stock. They produce a lot of whiskey and have got a lot of casks sitting about at the moment. I'm not sure what they're doing with them. They've got some core releases, but they're a little overpriced. And I've had their core releases, wasn't too enamoured with them. However, I've had a Cadenheads and Thompson Bros independent bottling at the Pot Still, and they were both fantastic. They were bourbon, this is sherry, so we'll see what the difference is and see how this compares. See if it's a Whisky Win or a Whisky Bin. So the nose, straight away the peat is, you're getting this blast of peat, this punch. I don't think I'd be able to say it's a Lowland. I think the peat masquerades the distillery character in a sense, or at least the region. I was expecting with Annandale a little bit of kind of fruitiness, a little bit of aromatics, floral. There maybe is a little bit of something, some perfume there, but the dominant character here is the peat. It helps, I think maybe the sherry and the peat, with due to the age, it helps mask the young side of the character, and also the ABV. It's not strong at all in the nose. You can stick your nose right in there and it's not burning. I might just be accustomed to high ABV whiskey, but after a while, the time in the glass, the whiskey in the glass, swirling it around, letting it open up, letting it stick to the glass. It is quite a sticky dram, which is nice. I like a sticky dram. There's a real sweet element coming, and I want to say cherry bakewell tart or something like that, like icing sugar, or buttercream icing, because it's creamy as well, but also still sticking with that cherry bakewell. If you got like a cherry bakewell sponge or something, like a red velvet sponge or something like that, to tie that all together, kind of creamy, spongy, sweet, tart, cherry. Yeah, it's a nice nose. I'm not sure if I can get anything else there. It's quite difficult because the peat is so domineering. I think domineering's the right word. Yeah, I just don't know if you've seen a little spray come up, a little whiplash, a little wave of whiskey. But maybe something a little vinegary. Just a little bit at the end there, just kind of throwing the dram out of balance, taking it from this peaty sweetness to just a little bit kind of not off. I don't want to say off, but yeah, like vinegar. Still a lot going on, quite complex in the nose, but we'll see what the palate has to offer. Nice mouthfeel, bold, smoky. I don't think the ABV is evident, but it's not horribly overpowering. it gives you a little bit of heat, but the bold aspects of this whiskey are coming from the peat, this real bonfire, smouldering, smoky element in your mouth. But there is definitely hints of kind of ginger there. I'm just trying to think what else there is. This it's mental because of how strong the peat is for me. I'm not sure if they've got the ppm here or what, but it's very, very strong in the mouth, the peat. So there's a grassy element, maybe not grassy, maybe more like a pine tree, like pine needles or something like that. It kind of reminds me of walking in the forest and you get that scent, and I'm going to link it to the flavour. It's a little, fresh, a little herbal, like a forest. I just don't know how to describe it. It sounds so cliche. It's like walking in a forest. Like walking in a forest and there's someone's got a bonfire, or someone's got a barbecue or something like that smoking there, and you're getting the forest, the pine needles and the fire. That sounds so cliche, but that's what I taste. A little bit of the sweetness, a little bit of the sherry, maybe something like kind of sugar coated almonds. I don't know why I said that. That was sort of like Arnold Schwarzenegger almonds. Sugar coated almonds. Sugar coated almonds. That felt very nasally, or not nasally. How does Arnold speak? But anyway, I'm getting distracted here. Quite a nice whiskey. The initial dram I had when I first had this, after getting it from my friend, from Mark, he'd obviously had the first half of it, so he'd let it open up a little bit, exposed it a little bit to the oxygen, and the first dram for me was a little harsh, and since then it has mellowed out. Over a couple drams, getting accustomed to the flavours, it's mellowed out, and it's nice. It's got a bit of depth, got a bit of boldness, and it's something a little different. With the Lowland peat kind of mixture, the Lowland peat marriage, it's not something you see. I'm trying to think if there are any peated Lowlands. It's not something I can recall or download from my noggin. Don't know why I said it like that, but hey ho. The finish. Yes, it does have a lovely mouthfeel. The finish is long. It's warming as I was talking and trying to get more palate. You can still feel it warming the chest, warming the throat. There's a kind of cherry, kind of gummy winders. I think I've had this before, said it before. I think it was the strawberry ones. It's a sweet confectionery that you get over here, and it comes in it's all rolled up, and it's wound up, and it's called winders. There's like that, a kind of cherry flavour, almost artificial cherry sweetness. The peats, obviously, they are smoky for sure in the finish. It's long, it's lasting, it's rich. Some sherry influences coming through, like a little bit of red, kind of dark red fruits. Just quite generic sherryness. There's nothing too obvious at the moment, but it's warming, it's nice, it's smoky. It's kind of what you'd want from a peated sherry whiskey, I'd say, but maybe not what you look for in Annandale, or what if you want to discover a bit more of Annandale or delve into Annandale. So we'll get down to the rating and what I think of this whiskey. Would I buy it again? I wouldn't. I think it's an okay whiskey. It does have a lot of good flavours, but it's not an example, or it's not a whiskey that I can get what I've got in this experience elsewhere, is what I'm trying to say. So I wouldn't buy it again, and I don't think it shows enough of the Annandale character for me compared to, say, the Cadenheads one or the Thompson Bros one that I had. So I wouldn't buy it again. Do I think it's worth it? £42. It's 6-year-old. It's got the age statement, single cask, non-chill filter, no added colouring. To say it's not worth £42 is pretty harsh, but I wouldn't pay £42 for it. I just wouldn't buy it. The only reason I bought it was because of the split. So £21, worth £21. I'm happy with what I've paid for £21. But I think I'd be a little bit disappointed if I paid £42, because it's not showing me what Annandale is. It's just showing me what a peated sherry whiskey is, and it's nice. But I can get that elsewhere and from more kind of reliable and robust spirits. It's not a bad spirit, not bad cask, but yeah, it's just not what I'm wanting if I'm looking to buy Annandale, if that makes sense. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I think it's worth trying. It's a little different. Like I said, the Lowland kind of peated manage is a little unique. It's worth trying if you want to kind of get an appreciation for all things Annandale. If you want to try and see what their peated spirits like, what their non-peated spirits like, independently bottled, official bottling, then you might as well try it. I don't think it's not worth trying. I just don't think I'd pay for a bottle. I'd maybe buy a dram at a pub to see what it's like. Say the pot still had it and I hadn't had this, I'd probably say, yeah, I want to try more Annandale, let me try that. And then I would have made my mind up from there. So, as of now, it's a whiskey bin. Like I said, it's not that I don't enjoy it, it's just not what I'm really looking for. So yeah, that's been the review. Another whiskey bin, that's been two. That's been two in the last two reviews, which is a shame, but hey ho, these things happen. Hopefully we'll have a Whisky Win next week. So thanks for watching. I've been Stuart, this has been Whisky Whims. I'll see you later.